Hi everyone, welcome to Honey Drops Tarot. This is a general reading for the sign of Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. Virgo, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for all of your likes, shares, and subscribes. I truly appreciate it. Just a quick note, please do not fall for any scammers. I will never reach out to solicit for a private reading. I do offer private readings, and if you're interested in signing up for one of those or in making a donation, the information regarding that can be found in the About section of my YouTube page. And I thank you so much in advance. Virgo, I hope you're doing well. I'm going to be taking one card from the Threads of Fate Oracle Shadow Edition and doing your tarot reading today with the Tarot of the Abyss. So cards have been pre-shuffled. I just want to show you, Spirit wanted me to show you. I have two Aura Quartz crystals on my desk today, very different shapes, different feels to them. But Spirit wanted me to show you the crystals, so maybe you're considering some crystal work at this time, which I highly, highly recommend. And if you need any recommendations on where to buy crystals, I know just the place. So, Virgo, this reading is for Virgo. One card for Virgo, please. It's like 5 cards. Just one card, please, for Virgo. One card, please, Spirit. Thank you. Oh, nope, it said 2. Most people, I don't think for any of the signs so far that I've read for, I've asked for 1 card and I always get more. So that's what Spirit wants. The first card that came out, the Revolutionary. It's a tremendous card. Very reminiscent of the Ace of Wands. Somebody who is, I mean, well, when we think of torch bearers, right, that can kind of go in different directions when we think about torches. It's a very, it's very powerful imagery in history. Those who carry torches, right? So there's this idea that, you know, maybe you're feeling as though this could be you, you know, taking to the streets for a cause, for something that you just deeply, deeply believe in. It could also represent kind of taking to the battle within the self, that you are looking to start over, is what I just heard. Like you want to shake everything up. It's kind of like when you move to a different town, which I haven't done very often. I've only lived in long term in a couple of different places, but it's the opportunity to kind of reinvent yourself and shake up the story that you've presented to the world. This has been coming up a lot, especially with the fire signs. So if you have prominent fire placements, you may want to watch your placement. There was a lot of talk about rewriting the narrative of your life. And so there's some kind of upheaval, right? It's Ace of Wands energy, but it's also a little bit of Tower energy, where we knock something down to rebuild. This is your other card. It's Connect to Heart. Connect to Heart. We can see, you know, it's one of these kind of trick images where you can see a skull, or you can see kind of 2 dogs. Dogs in Oracle and Tarot, they often represent loyalty. So I'm feeling very strong fire, actually very strong fire energy in both of these cards, because when I think of loyalty, I think of the Leo. I don't know why. There are lots of signs that are loyal, but I think of Leo in particular. So you may have Leo placements or be dealing with a Leo. But it's this idea that, you know, if we're in the business of reinventing ourselves or starting a revolution or joining a revolution, it's because something deep within our core is calling out to us that we may be radicalized, or we may feel as though we have no choice, that it's for the best and highest good of our community, the people at large, your family. So Virgo, you know, you're not really known for being, you know, I don't want to make too much of a generalization about Virgos, but Virgos are calculating, and they are by the book kind of people. But at the same time, you know, this new year may be ushering in a new sense of self, and that's what is being touched upon by Spirit in these 2 cards. 3 cards for the base spread, 3 cards for clarifier, past, present, and future. Whoa. Lots of things popping out. Wow, beautiful energy. Spirit wanted me to look at the bottom of the deck. You got the moon. Pisces energy. Let's show it to you. Pisces energy, the moon, or the major arcana number 18. The moon talks about secrets. I pulled this from the bottom of the deck. Spirit wanted me to show it to you. Whenever I take something from the bottom of the deck, it kind of shows what's going on in kind of like the back of your mind, in the subconscious realms. And right now, there could be some secrets, illusion, confusion, shadow energy that you're working with at this time. Perhaps something Ace of Cups in reverse. Maybe there was a little bit of disappointment. I was going to say heartbreak, but I didn't want to go that far. There could have been something that was a little disappointing to you, that something didn't come in, maybe in divine timing, or, you know, you weren't, maybe there was an opportunity here that Spirit was trying to bring to you with this new Ace of Cups, but you weren't in the position to receive, right? Good things happen to us every day. Opportunities open up that if we're not in the mindset to receive, then we're not going to see it. But I feel as though you have an inkling, an awareness of something was stirring here, but you may not have had all the answers. There may have been some confusion about this. I feel like there's this, like, it's almost like this weird dynamic movement here. There could have been some like maybe there was a chance to do something, but you didn't know how it was going to work out, and so you didn't explore it any further. It's interesting too, because usually in the moon card, in a lot of representations of the moon card, there's always a dog. These are not people. It's usually a dog and a wolf, the domesticated and the primal, right? And so I'm just kind of, it's hearkening back to this energy right here, right? And it's so interesting too, because you could see this as a skull, but if you just look at the top of this, it's kind of bumpy and craggly, and it could be moonlight, right? So just take it as it resonates. Maybe you have Pisces in prominent placements in your chart, but it's this idea that things are a little nebulous at this time. Not everything is slotting into place. There's still some balls up in the air that we're not knowing where things are going to land, and it could make you feel a little insecure. The Spirit just wanted to acknowledge that. In the past energy, you have the Six of Wands. This is a card of accolades, public recognition, promotion, attention, right? But I like this particular Six of Wands because it represents a certain level of humility, which is not represented in other tarot decks with the Six of Wands. Normally, this card would be a person, a man, sitting up on his high horse. and people are beneath him and kind of cheering him as he's holding his victory wreath. But in this card, we see a ballet dancer, and she is the one that is kind of on her knees in a acknowledgement of her accomplishment, but also a humbling by the attention that she's getting. And all these people are standing, you know, or they appear to be standing. There's an interesting dichotomy there that may be relevant to you, that you could be getting a lot of attention at this time for something that you've accomplished, and it could make you feel a little put off or a little self-conscious. Is what I want to say, self-conscious. That's in the past energy, that self-consciousness. With the Knight of Swords in the reverse. Knight of Swords in the upright has this energy of fast action, fast communication. When it's clarifying this card, it kind of tells me that there is still yet even more to arrive, that you're not done yet. You're not finished with the attention that is going to be placed upon you. There's something about someone wants to communicate something really authentic, but they have not had the opportunity. Why wouldn't they have had the opportunity? Maybe you've been too busy. Maybe they don't know how to say. See, now I'm hearing that John Mayer song. Say what you need to say. Say what you mean to say? How does that song go? Say what you need to say. Not one of his best songs, but what happened to John Mayer? I'm asking for a clarifier for that Knight of Swords in reverse. Why is the Knight of Swords in reverse, Spirit? Thank you. Wow. King of Swords in reverse. Gemini energy. Wow, Knight of Swords in reverse, King of Swords in reverse. If the Knight is somebody who brings in, or supposed to bring in an authentic message of truth, factual messaging, the King of Swords is like, no one can argue with the King of Swords. But both these cards are in reverse. That's relevant. One, because it's air sign energy. So somebody is really kind of caught in their own thinking. This could be you. You know, coupled with that Moon card and the confusion. Maybe this is your energy. Take it as it resonates. Maybe you're confused as to why everybody's looking at you. Sometimes I get that way too. I mean, we know what our value is, and I hope that you know that you're deserving of this energy. You know what your value is. But sometimes it's almost like, how do I describe it? Spirit showed that to me this week. Okay. Spirit's giving it to me. This particular week at my job, I noticed a lot of people were touching me on the arm, wanting to give me a hug. If they weren't giving me a hug, they were just like in my personal space. These are all people that I'm very comfortable with. So it's not that it bothers me, although it could, but it didn't. It was more that I noticed it, that it was almost like people were just a little clingy, a little too much focus. And I kind of wondered why that was. Like, what energy was I giving off where people wanted to be in that aura? right? You can't take anything for granted, especially if you're a light worker and you're doing spirit's work, right? If people are drawn to your energy, then they're also drawn to taking that energy, even if they've just got the most beautiful heart. People are always trying to, like, sometimes, like, ride the coattails. I've done it. I know that I've done it, right? You meet somebody who's in such high vibration, man, you want to just bathe in their light. And so if your light was shining like this, you could be questioning, it could be confusing to you, especially here I see this light, right? It could be confusing to you, like, well, you know, it's confounding you a little bit. Or perhaps it's confounding someone else. Why are so many people drawn to Virgo? Why do they have such a strong light at this time? I mean, maybe it's precisely because you're doing this beautiful heart work. You're just connecting to your passions. Maybe you're doing something that you enjoy. You know, I once took a leadership course at my job, and the proctor, he was standing next to me at one point, and my ears started to ring very loudly. You know, when spirit rings, my spirit hasn't rung my ears in a while, but when they do, there's different degrees, there's different volumes. But when he was standing close to me, he was, you know, writing something on the board. He was so in his element. He was in his wheelhouse. The man was doing what he loved to do. And I could feel that energy coming off of him. It was as if it was a bell ringing, right? Not just my ears ringing, but the clarity of it, the clarity of his purpose. And I told him, we had a lunch break, and I told him that. And, you know, he said to me, I don't really understand. I understand what you're saying, but I don't necessarily know what it means. And I simply said, it means that you're doing what you're meant to do, and the universe is happy because you're fulfilling a life path. And Virgo, maybe you're touching upon that, or more than touching. Maybe you're fully immersed in the life path, connecting to the heart. And it's throwing people off. And, you know, maybe it's throwing you off too. So that's in the past energy, right? But remember in the beginning of the reading, I was talking about moving to a new town or moving to a new situation, kind of reinventing yourself. Well, here it is, the Death card, Scorpio energy, Major Arcana, number 13. This talks about death and rebirth. This is the phoenix rising from the ashes, the reinvention of identity. That you are completely putting an end to old ways, to old states of being, to old states of thinking, and you are fully immersed in this idea that you're starting over. The issue, however, with the Two of Pentacles is that you could be juggling some things, right? Didn't I talk about like a lot of balls in the air, a lot of, and here it is, right? We're juggling. This actually looks like a yo-yo, like a yo-yo toy. Back and forth, back and forth. What do we decide? The Suit of the Pentacles is earth energy. It's your energy. And it talks about what we can affect in the 3D, the material world. Right now, there's a little bit of torn energy. It's also mirroring this, right? This here, these two heads. I just heard two heads are better than one. There's a caveat to that, though. what is that expression? Two heads are better than one. It's usually when we're trying to make a decision or act in a certain way, and then we elicit the advice of someone or the expertise of someone to try and help us to make strides, move forward, make decisions. But Spirit's caveat is that you need to make sure that the people that you are, from whom you are eliciting advice, you need to make sure that you trust those people, that those people have a track record of reliable outcomes. What do I mean by that? It's like, why are you going to take advice from somebody who has never had any experience that is close to what it is that you're experiencing right now, and who has no proven good results, right? Somebody who's just a part of the peanut gallery that likes to criticize because they can. Like that. Spirit is, I feel as though there's somebody in your kind of yucky. I mean, we're going to burn some Palo Santo, because I feel like there's somebody in your orbit that just likes to criticize, and she's like, you don't need that. You don't need that, Virgo. No, no, no. No, no, no. And I just felt it all of a sudden, just like, yuck. Like, who gave you any authority? This is what I feel. I'm feeling like it's suddenly defensive. Maybe that's your, I mean, I don't have a reason to admit it's your energy. Maybe that somebody, you were like looking at one thing and then somebody caused you to doubt and turn your attention away. Right? But with regards to this rebirth that you are trying to have, maybe somebody doubts the fact that you're doing it, or you can do it, or you're capable. What are you going to say to that, Virgo? Look at this. 10 of Cups. Come on. This is abundance. Beautiful love. Come with me as we walk into the sunset together. You're only taking people that serve your best and highest good. That's what I see. That's beautiful energy. All these cups leading home, leading to the sun energy. The sun energy in the tarot is abundance in all of its forms. Clarity, right? There's a clear path that has opened up for you. You can see it. Maybe this is, maybe this was one last, do you want to come with me or not? Do you want to come with me or not? Because I'm looking forward. I'm not trying to look back. I'm trying to reinvent myself. And that may seem revolutionary to you, but I'm connecting with my goals, my hopes, my aspirations, my heart space, my destiny. You know how I know this is going to work out for you? How do I know? Because you showed up in your own reading, the Hermit. This is Virgo energy in the Major Arcana. It's very important when we show up so prominently in our own reading. Major Arcana, first 22 cards of the tarot, archetypes of humanity, divinely guided energies. Here you are in the future potential, literally coming into your own, clarified by the star, wish fulfillment, healing, reaching beyond what you ever thought you could reach. Like, there are no limitations. The sky is the limit. The Hermit, though, in the Major Arcana represents, oh, the Spirit just is like, you're so stupid. They didn't say I was stupid, but they gave it to me and then I felt stupid. The Hermit and the Star are the perfect match. And the reason is that the Hermit, in typical decks, not in this particular one, but in typical tarot decks, The Hermit is usually somebody who retreats away from kind of society and goes inward to have a dark night of the soul. This is the space and place where we deal with our demons, we deal with our traumas and our inner child wounding. And typical representations of the Hermit involve the Hermit holding a lantern, and inside that lantern is the light from this card, the Star. So to have the Hermit and to have the Star so perfectly aligned and coupled together like this, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. If you even dabble in tarot, then you know how beautiful this energy is. It's synchronous. It's working in tandem. It's connectedness. It's alignment. This is what I see for you. Keep going on this path, right? This is the future energy. Yeah, wow. Didn't I tell you that I felt the Tower? Revolution. Here it is. Major Arcana. That's 3 major arcanas in your future potential. Hermit, Star, and Tower. All major arcanas. Big, 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 big energies. Your spirit guides, your spirit team, your ancestors. Very, very heavily around you in the future potential. The Tower can be kind of, you know, can look scary, but it's an upheaval of something that was not for your best and highest good, not built on a solid foundation. It wasn't going to result in anything, you know. So if it's a past relationship that you're letting go of, a toxic way of thinking, a toxic habit, some kind of codependency, whatever it is that is not allowing your growth, it's going to be completely washed out of your life with the Tower energy. Pretty powerful, Virgo. So that's your reading. I hope that it resonated. If it did, please like, share, subscribe, comment down below. Please hit the bell notification to be updated as to when I post new readings. Thank you, Virgo.